Hi everybody, it has been, oh Lord, I don't even know how long since my last update. For very good reason, I have had my baby. So I guess this isn't technically a pregnancy journal anymore, it's a baby journal, but I just wanted to be at least a little bit of a completionist and talk about how things went. You can probably hear her, she's actually over here making lots of cute little noises in her sleep. They ended up inducing me. It's a little grumpy right now. But they ended up inducing me at 39 weeks because they were worried about her size. She ended up being 8 pounds 4 ounces, which is not huge, but was sizable and did hurt. So that giant belly they were worried about, there was no sign of it. She came out, there was no second degree tears or anything like that. So I guess they were just playing it safe, and I do appreciate it because if I had waited another week, she might have been 9 pounds. I don't know. She could have suddenly ballooned up on us or something, like a Stay Puft Marshmallow Baby. But it was mostly uneventful. I asked for an epidural towards the end after they broke my water, and she started resting down on me. It hurt a lot when I had a contraction, so I wasn't ready for the amount of pain, and I just said, please get me an epidural. The guy took like 30 minutes to get there. Meanwhile, I'm on Pitocin, which is, chugging through my system, making me actually contract closer together as we're waiting for this guy to show up. And the first time he put it in wrong. It slipped into a vein. So I ended up, I could feel everything, basically. It went away. So he shot me full of something to test it, and I had heart palpitations and a really hard time breathing. And he's like, all right, can you feel me touching your legs? I'm like, yeah, I know exactly what you're doing. I can feel everything. So they actually had to pull it out and reseat it. It worked slightly better, but I felt damn near everything. So my initial goal of being this, total hard ass and doing it natural, well, I sort of did, because the first thing of medication didn't work. The second one only slightly worked. I actually had a conversation with the nurse about how I really had to pee, and she told me I should not be able to tell that. And then it turned out I really did have to pee. Anyway, she was born face up, which everyone was caught off guard by. And they said, well, that explains why it hurts so darn much. So apparently she was sitting on a nerve, and that was the big pain going on. Surprised that we weren't ready for, and that I actually sort of had a cognitive hiccup over. She's completely blonde, like white blonde. Now you can see this, but this is bleached. My hair is this color, this brownish reddish mess. But you want to see her? She's blonde. She's very blonde. Look at that. She's got a full head of blonde hair. And the nurses went crazy as soon as they saw it. It was so funny. Everybody literally stopped what they were doing and just stared at the baby. And the doctor was like, wow, we never see a baby with a full head of blonde hair like that. And she was absolutely gorgeous, of course. I was waiting for some ugly red wrinkled thing with black hair sticking everywhere. And they handed me this really pretty blonde girl. I just stared at her for a second. I honestly thought, wait a minute, where's my baby? I think I was in shock. But she's absolutely gorgeous. Her name is Eve. She was 19 inches, and the 3 days, well, we really only got like 2 days because I ended up giving birth at 10. But the 2 days in the hospital were just complete oh, I couldn't wait to get out of there. I did get to see pretty much all my family came down. That was really cool. And I got to see some of Bob's family, my husband's family, that was in the area that we hadn't seen in at least a year. It was really neat of them to stop by. His parents are down south, it's like a 12-hour drive, so they couldn't make it. But it was just kind of neat. Just, I think I finally understand why everybody thinks it's so important to have family close by. And prior to this, I was like, oh, well, get to it when I get to it. I'll see you on my own schedule. But it's weird. I don't know. I don't know if it's a hormone thing or if it's just a moment of enlightenment that it just strikes you. Family is really important, and it's not just to have somebody to rock the baby when you're asleep. She's watching me talk right now. Hi, little girl. It's just continuity. It's remembering where you came from and the experiences that you had, and wanting the baby to have those experiences and that knowledge too, because it helped form who you were. And unfortunately, my dad's an hour and a half north and my mom's 3 hours north of me, so I haven't been able to see them very much. My mom came down last weekend and helped me out with the baby, and we went and did some shopping, some grocery shopping, I think, if I remember correctly, and some clothes shopping, and I got my hair cut so I don't look like quite such a straggly, awful mess. And yeah, we've had some problems with some screaming about 1 a.m., but she's calming down. We're getting used to it. We're understanding, what she needs, what she wants to eat, how much, stuff like that. And yeah, we're just sort of going through and learning still. She was 3 weeks old as of Thursday, and I can't believe she's almost a month old. It's just sort of crazy. Everyone's like, oh, the time flies, so be very careful with it, and da-da-da-da-da. They're not kidding. I don't see any way to stop it, so I'm just gonna ride it and smile at her and tell her I love her as much as I can. So, with that, it is feeding time. Pretty sure that's why she is making all those funky, squeaky squirrel noises. So, thanks everybody who's been listening. I'm considering turning this into a baby journal, maybe going forward. Maybe not. We'll see. It's just kind of surreal at this point, it was just a concept. I was watching her on a screen move around inside me, and now she's here, and I can't go more than 4 hours without, she's not supposed to sleep more than 4 hours, but I wake her up before 4 hours, because I have to hold her, and I've never felt that before about anything. It's cool. It was disconcerting. Anyway, I know. Alright, thanks for watching, you guys, and if this is the last one, I appreciate everybody who listened and cheered me on and put up with me complaining, and you guys were awesome, and thank you for reminding me that you were thinking of me when it had been a couple weeks before I'd said anything, so have a good one.